Hey party people. Okay, listen. If you've ever stood in the airport security line lugging a laptop, a protein bar, your passport, and what's left of your dignity, this backpack gets you. It's called the Blast Pro 40 liter and it's from BAGSMART. It costs $109.99 US, and it's basically like if your carry-on, your tech pouch, and your travel therapist had a well-organized baby. Let's get into it. This bad mamma jamma clocks in at 40 liters, which for the uninitiated is the sweet spot for one bag travel. Remember, I'm talking about one bag travel, meaning you'll put this in the overhead compartment. Not too big, not too small, just Goldilocksing your gear through TSA without checking a bag. That's like winning a Nobel Prize in practical minimalism. It weighs just 2.98 pounds, so it's under 3 pounds, lighter than my emotional baggage, and it's airline approved and would work well for trips up to a week long or even longer, depending on if you're willing to do sink laundry or not. That's right, no fees, no waiting at baggage claim, and no chance the airline loses your stuff somewhere over Denver. Let's talk about its outside features. This thing is made of a durable ripstop nylon, tough enough to survive being kicked under a bus seat or dragged through cobblestones in Lisbon. The YKK zippers throughout are like the gold standard of won't fail when you need it most. It's got a nice large water bottle pocket that will fit a real bottle, like 30 ounces of hydration domination. You also get a hidden anti-theft back pocket that would easily fit your passport and wallet, and I really like to see this on backpacks. Tuck your stuff in there and forget about it until customs. This pocket also has a nice little zipper garage on it. This pocket is also RFID blocking. Yeah, that's your anti-scam force field. Throw in your credit cards and sleep securely, knowing nobody's skimming your Chipotle tab. You've got a nice luggage pass-through on the back that's vertically oriented if you're rolling with a suitcase. Plus you have not one, not two, but 3 reinforced grab handles to grab this from any angle or hold it like a suitcase or pull it out of your trunk, pull it out of an overhead compartment, and it's easily grabbable. And then on the back side, you have this nice back panel that has mesh padding. It's got some air channels here to make sure your back doesn't get too sweaty. You have these hip straps here that have a really nice clip on them. Clips really well, and this would be great to take the load off of your lower back if you're carrying a super heavy bag. You've got these nice padded carry straps with the little BAGSMART logo. You also have load lifters. So if you yank down on these load lifters, it allows you to adjust the center of gravity if you have a heavy load and bring it up higher on your back. There's also a sternum strap that has a nice little clip on it. And this has a rail system, so it gives you a lot of flexibility with how you want to adjust it to fit your body type. Then you have easily adjustable straps at the bottom here where you can just pull down on these nice shiny nylon straps, and you can adjust the way these carry straps fit on your shoulders. You also have these nice cinch straps on the side with nice buckles. So if you're carrying a super large bag load, you can pull this really taut and then it will conform to the shape of the items that are in the bag and really minimize the space it takes up. And all of them are equipped with strap keepers so that you don't have a ton of excess dangle. And you have the same thing on the other side here. And then like I said, this side has the large water bottle pocket that has some stretchy elastic so you can fit really big water bottles in here. You have this little Blast logo here that's on a tag. It's pretty minimal. You have this really nice bright blue tealish kind of accent to the luggage pass-through around the outside of the bag, and also on these nice grab handles. Like I said, there's one up here, there's one on the side, and there's one on the bottom. And then on the front of the bag, you have this little BAGSMART logo here. It's pretty minimal. I like that it's gray and it's not gigantic, so it doesn't really bother me all too much. Then you have this nice mesh pocket on the front, and if you open that up, you could put things on the external of the front of your bag, things that you don't mind getting a little bit wet just in case because it's only mesh on the outside here. You could put hats, you could put a rain jacket, you could put an umbrella, you could put a dirty pair of flip-flops, anything you want you could fit in this little quick access pocket on the front here. Then you have another quick access pocket at the top. This would be great for things like sunglasses. You could also put your wallet, you could put your keys, you could put your cell phone, and then the top of this pocket has a zipper mesh pocket with a little divider in the middle. So you have these 2 little mesh pockets for any kind of little doodads you're bringing with you. It also has these gussets on the side so that you can't open this pocket fully. It won't let it flop completely over. So if you have stuff in here and the pocket's open, it won't fall out everywhere. So I think that's a nice little additional feature here. If you open up the front of the bag here, you have this really nice brightly colored admin pocket. And there's also a ton of volume here where you can fit larger items. You could put a tech pouch, a toiletry pouch, anything like that behind this little flap. And then on the back panel, you have one large slide pocket. That's just a nylon pocket. It's opaque. You could put things like your battery charger, a notebook, things like that. You have a little pen pocket for pens or a stylus or a skinny pen light. You have a detachable keyring here. It's attached with a little nylon strap. It's got a plastic button on it with a little keyring, and then you can detach it if you need to go unlock a door real quick. So I like that it's detachable and it's modular like that. Then you have a nice large mesh pocket if you wanted to put things in here that you need to see. And it's even bigger than this nylon pocket, so you have a lot of room to fit larger items. So it's just a pretty cool overall admin pocket, and it gives you a lot of flexibility without having too much organization. Then we can open the main compartment here. And I like that this opens up clamshell, allowing you to pack this like a suitcase. I always like to see that in bags. So it gives you a lot of room to put packing cubes, a ton of clothes, shoes, all kinds of gear. On the flap, you have this waterproof pocket that's plasticky. I don't always love these plasticky pockets because I feel like they trap in moisture too much, and I would be afraid of it getting moldy over time in here if you didn't let it dry out. But it would work well for something like a DOP kit or anything with liquids in it, or any kind of wet bathing suit or anything like that, because that wouldn't let moisture get into the rest of the bag. But it's always an interesting choice that it doesn't have a PU coated zipper on this pocket. So technically if it was sopping wet in here and you squeezed it, water could get through this zipper track here. So I don't think that makes a whole lot of sense. I've seen it on a couple other BAGSMART bags, so that's the feedback I would give there. And then you have a mesh pocket here. That's the same size as this plastic pocket over here. And you could put things like socks, underwear, larger flat items in here. So it's just another nice little organizational pocket. And then within the main clamshell itself, you have these straps that you can use to tie things down so that they don't fall out of the bag. So you could put your packing cubes and things like that under here, tighten this up. And then when you open the bag, even if it's upright, they wouldn't fall out everywhere. I know I've reviewed some BAGSMART bags before, and I had some issues with the shoe compartment. While I'm not the type of person to use a shoe compartment, I think the design change they made here is really nice. So before, there was no zipper here. Instead, this whole pocket just kind of like sat inside the bag. And I thought it was kind of awkward. It took up a lot of space. You had to kind of fold it away and think about it. So I like that now, if you don't want to use the shoe pocket, you can kind of just zip it away, and it takes up a lot less space. It's very little, and it actually provides some padding on that side of the bag. So it's honestly a much better design in my opinion. So if you unzip that again and kind of stretch it out, you can go to the bottom of the bag and you have this little shoe compartment. It has two little weep holes. So in case you had smelly stuff or wet stuff in here, it could drain dirt and sand out of here, and it would allow it to breathe just in case you had something that was really wet in here and needed to dry slightly. And it's a really large shoe compartment. It takes up a ton of volume in the interior compartment, so just keep that in mind. You'd want to put flatter shoes in here like sandals or some kind of barefoot shoe that you could kind of squish down, because you would lose a ton of volume if not. But like I said, it's a much better design, so I really don't hate this pocket, but it's just not something that I would use very often. So if you squeeze this back in, I can kind of compress this down and zip it back up. And that's it as far as the main clamshell here. And then the last thing to mention on this bag is just above the carry straps, you have a laptop pocket. And this is a really nice laptop pocket. So if you put your arm into the laptop sleeve, it's got a false bottom of about this much, so a little bit over an inch. So it would really be protective of your laptop, and you wouldn't have to worry about dropping your bag and damaging the corners of your laptop. Also in this pocket, I don't know if I can get this on video. I don't know if it'll see this far, but there's actually these little nubs at the bottom of this pocket that add some extra padding and foam at the bottom, so it's even more protective of your laptop. So I actually think this is a really nice laptop compartment. It has a felt material so it won't scratch the outside of your devices. It's got this little elastic band with Velcro so that you can kind of cinch it in place by attaching it there. And then if you open that up, there's also a tablet or e-reader pocket that's right in front of it, and that's just as protective, also has the false bottom. So you could fit a whole lot of tech in this bag if you were a traveler who really needed to bring a ton of different devices with you. Then you have another little main compartment here where you could fit some flat items, And on the back side, you have a mesh pocket where you could put things like chargers or any kind of tech that goes with your laptop or goes with your tablet or e-reader, your Nintendo Switch. You could put any kind of little tech items in there. So I think overall, it's a really nice protective laptop pocket that gives the proper amount of organization as well. So now this is all the travel gear that I'm going to try to load inside of this bag as an example packing setup. So let's check it out. So first of all, I'll start with this front exterior mesh pocket. That's quick access. And I'm going to put this Matador packable shower towel in there because I don't mind if it gets wet and I need quick access to it. If I need a spare blanket on the plane, if I need to wipe something up, I've got a towel right at hand. Then I'm just gonna open up this admin pocket here and fold it back. And I can put in my Thule Subterra 2 Power Shuttle tech pouch. This is just a really large tech pouch. You can fit over the ear headphones in here. Really nice tech pouch. There's a full review on my channel. I'll put this in the bottom here and close up that admin pocket. Then we can go to the main compartment here, open up the clamshell. I'm gonna go ahead and undo the shoe compartment here. Flop it out a little bit. And then I'll open the bottom of the bag so that I can use the shoe compartment. And I just have a pair of Zero Shoes barefoot sandals that are in this little shoe bag here. So I'm gonna throw those inside. And because they're kind of flat, I can pack it down a little bit, like I said. And then I'll just close up this bottom pocket. And then also in the main compartment, I'm going to put my Peak Design small compressible packing cube that I've mentioned in a ton of videos. Love this packing cube. And I'll put that at the bottom of the bag because it's one of the heaviest items. And I'll kind of mash that down. Then, because I like to have a sling bag when I travel, I'm going to put this Tactical Geek sling bag at the top of the bag here. Then I just have my Core Surf packable rain jacket in case it rains where I'm going. And I can just fit that in. Then I have my Monty Coolers packable backpack cooler. I just did a full review on this recently if you want to check it out on my channel. Really great little packable cooler. And that'll fit in this space right here. And at the very top of the bag, I'm going to put this Bellroy hanging toiletry kit. I also did a full review on this recently if you want to check it out on the channel. But I always like to have my toiletry kit at the top of the bag in case TSA makes me remove it because it has liquids inside. So I'll turn this bag. And I will tuck this in at the very top of the bag so that I have easy access to it. Then I can go ahead and close up this main clamshell compartment. Closes up really easily, even with all this gear I've packed inside. And the crazy thing is I'm not even using the water bottle pocket. I'm not using the top quick access pocket for sunglasses or anything. I'm not even using that hidden passport pocket. And there's still so much room in here for extra gear. To be honest, it's way more than I would take on any kind of travel because I'm more of a personal item only packer. But if you're someone who's a one bag only and you want to maximize space, this 40-liter bag might be for you. And this is how the backpack looks on me, fully loaded out. It feels really comfortable despite having a ton of gear inside. You saw how much I loaded this bag out with, and there's a lot of heavy gear in here, but I don't really feel it. The addition of the nice sternum strap and this hip belt really helps distribute the weight. You have load lifters if you want to pull down on them and adjust the center of gravity of this bag. It looks pretty sleek and minimal. It's definitely not going to win any design awards, but I think it's sleek and minimal enough to work well in a ton of different scenarios. It fits a ton of gear, it's comfortable to wear, it fits into overhead compartments on most major airlines, and I think it's just a great bag if you need to bring a ton of gear on a longer term trip. It's got comfortable carry straps, it's got the adjustable sternum strap, it's got the adjustable hip belt, and I think overall, this functions really well as a travel backpack. Whether you want to take this hiking, commuting, remote working, escaping your responsibilities, the BAGSMART Blast Pro 40-liter doesn't care, it adapts. Its form meet function without screaming, I am a travel influencer with too much gear and not enough spine support. So if you're looking for a travel backpack that actually earns its keep, one that's sleek, functional, doesn't feel like a tactical assault bag, and still plays nice with your back, this is it. The BAGSMART Blast Pro 40-liter. For $109.99 US, it's not that cheap, but neither is wasting your time with something that doesn't work. And hey, if you're traveling light, make sure your bag pulls its weight. Please like, comment, and subscribe if you want to see more backpack reviews and loadout videos. Thank you as always for watching, and I will definitely see you in the next video. Take care.